You've been charged with driving under suspension in Ontario. If there are mistakes on the ticket, can you get the charge withdrawn? The answer is maybe, and here are 3 things that you need to know. First, here's the scenario. So the police charge you with driving while under suspension in Ontario. They give you what looks like a ticket, and that ticket has all the details of what you've been charged with. The ticket is actually not a ticket, it's actually called a summons. And when you look at that summons, you may see that there's some mistakes on the summons. For example, maybe they spelled your name wrong, or maybe your license plate is wrong, or the color of your car, or the date. The legal question is, can you get the charge withdrawn because of the mistake? And that leads me to point number 2. The summons you got from the police does not matter. This does. Now, the summons the police gave you is known as a short form summons. In the context of mistakes, this short form summons does not matter because the mistakes can be corrected. And those corrections can be found in what's called the long form summons. You're going to get the long form summons as part of the disclosure package. The disclosure will be given to you at your first court appearance. Now, if the mistake is still in the long form summons, then there really might be an opportunity to get your driving while under suspension charge withdrawn. 3, the type of mistake really matters. So, assuming there is a mistake in your long form summons, in other words, in the disclosure, the question becomes, how big, how important is the mistake? If the mistake is small, for example, a mistake in the spelling of your name, that's not enough to get your charge withdrawn. But if the mistake is really big, that mistake legally is known as a fatal error. If there is a fatal error in your disclosure, you will likely get the charge of driving while under suspension withdrawn. Bottom line, you need to know whether the mistake is minor or whether the mistake is big enough to become fatal. If you believe you have a fatal error in your evidence or you need help with your driving while under suspension charge, reach out. Let's develop a strategy that will save you from the mandatory 6-month driving suspension that you're facing, and in some cases you may even be facing jail time. So it's a very serious charge, serious consequences. Let's have a confidential discussion about your case. Just reach out to me.